Well, the Giants are alive, but the question now is for how long? Because they head to a difficult game on Thursday night in Washington. And as we've been talking about, the road teams on these Thursday night games have a distinct disadvantage. They lose a lot of them. It's obviously a very short trip down to Washington, but they are facing a team that looked pretty good against the Philadelphia Eagles, who I thought were far and away the best team in the NFC East.
Exactly, and I mean the Giants obviously won, but again it was the Houston Texans. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not exactly Peyton Manning, may not even be Kirk Cousins, so it's hard to evaluate where this Giants team really is going into this game.
Now, what I find really interesting about the Giants playing down in Washington is that with Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback, it's obviously not Robert Griffin III. I think they're actually a better team, and I'm kind of amazed by that because for years I listened to Giants defenders who were just absolutely in awe at RG3 and really thought of him as being a guy that was going to revolutionize the quarterback position in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Tuck, I think every year we ever talked to him, he was raving about Griffin and how he could move around in the pocket. Although Griffin this year didn't seem like that same guy. I mean, he seemed a little tentative and stuff like that. I think Kirk Cousins plays the quarterback position a little more traditionally, and, I mean, he's been effective.
Yeah, and sometimes, and this is why I've always liked Eli Manning, and I've really been kind of pushing this viewpoint for years, sometimes offenses just run better with a pocket passer because offensive linemen don't like to block for guys that run around like crazy. And really, when you can design some scrambles, but when you do that, they just become broken plays, and it becomes not only more difficult for the defense, it becomes more difficult for the offense as well.
Exactly, it's a lot of scramble drill. I mean, speaking of running offense as well, Eli's done that for the last 2 weeks. I mean, 21 of 28, and he's on a roll. Kind of proving again, like you said, that the pocket passer is alive and well, even despite all this newfangled West Coast and option quarterback.
All right, so we saw Eli Manning and the offense click into gear last week. Do you think they can do it again and hang with Washington? And that's a Washington team that I think can score a lot of points.
I think they can. I mean, Washington's defensive backfield is in a little bit of disarray. D'Angelo Hall's now gone for the year. It's funny, we usually talk about the Giants coming into a game banged up. I think Washington had 11 guys on limited yesterday in practice, so they're a little bit injured right now. It's tough to go on the road, but I might actually give the Giants the win in this one, 2-2.
I actually want to give the Giants the win as well. That would make them 2-2, which is amazing because just about 10 days ago, we were actually less than that. We were talking about how their season was almost over. Of course, if they fall to 1-3, they are in the exact same hole. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Thursday night in Washington. Make sure you follow it all right here on nydailynews.com.